something feels too quiet right now. I'm talking about the Cleveland Browns and the NFL in general. It's basically the calm before something big, man. And I think while things are real quiet, we got Skip Bayless just dropped what he thought was the perfect draft setup for Shedeur Sanders. And I'm not sure people really thinking this through because at the same time, Shedeur's been popping up in places you probably didn't expect. And we just got a sighting of DeJuan Jones, our left tackle. And yeah, he's looking different. And now the real question is starting to come up. What do the Browns actually need right now? Are we talking wide receiver, a running back, offensive lineman? Because depending on how you answer that, it completely changes how you look at everything else going on. Let's talk about it next.
Among the Cleveland Browns, if the Browns were to win this game at home.
Andrew Berry and Todd Monken during these press conferences and these interviews was asked about the possibilities of the draft next week and who they might take. Should they get a wide receiver or O-lineman or a running back if available? You got Jeremiah Love. Andrew Berry described him as a special, unique prospect. And on Arenas yesterday, Skip Bayless built a perfect draft for Shedeur.
The Browns may be trading backward from 6. What I would love to see is the Browns trading up 2 spots, and they've got 6 and 24. So it might take giving 24 to go up 2 spots with said Tennessee Titans, if they would back out of there, and give Shedeur Jeremiah Love. That would be the pairing that would make me happiest. I would just love to see the momentum of that. And it just would send a message. And I still don't even know if Shedeur is going to be able to beat out Deshaun Watson. I have no idea. Got new coach, new style, new approach. I'm just not sure about it, but it would do my heart good given what happened 1 year ago. It just crushed my heart to see Shedeur, if in fact he's going to be the guy, and I believe he has to be the guy, to have Jeremiah Love to go forward with, because that would be box office. That would be a pairing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think they need to address offensive line
and receiver
and wide receiver first.
But
Because they got
good.
and Jeremiah Love's a generational player. I get it, and I would love to. I think any quarterback would love to hand the ball off to Jeremiah Love and let him go run.
Or
Quinshon Judkins looked really good last year.
Yeah, what's the difference between him and
I know,
Judkins?
I like Quinshon Judkins.
They're a different style of running back. I think Love is a little bit more explosive and a little more polished, and he's a better route runner and receiver out of the backfield. But Quinshon Judkins is a very talented player. I think they're good at running back. I think they need to address, they could potentially, if they trade back, get 2 tackles in this draft and then get the best available wide receiver, whoever they may be at 12 or 20 if they trade with Dallas. Because there's
24 sound good.
Right? 12, 20, 24. Let's get a receiver and 2 tackles.
Yeah.
And 2 guys that can start from day
he's
one.
going to have a lot more
Because there could potentially there's probably going to be 6 receivers that go in the first round in this draft, and potentially 6 or 8 tackles that could also jump up into the first round, or offensive linemen in this draft as well. So why not stack up on capital, live with Quinshon Judkins? I'm not just saying live with him. He's a talented player. Go forward with Quinshon Judkins, and then go get some other guys.
Hey, I got it. You're making too much sense. I'm doing fantasy football. I'm doing dream trade. That would make me happy. That would be like, but
you got Skip think they should go from 6th to Tennessee's 4th and also give up the 20th pick. And the rest of the panel talks about addressing the O-line and the wide receiver first. But as far as Jeremiah Love, man, I'm good with Quinshon Judkins and Sampson. To me, it's time to get a wide receiver, in the first round. We haven't got a wide receiver in Cleveland in the first round since Braylon Edwards was drafted. He was drafted 3rd overall in the 2005 NFL draft from Michigan. So I'm very comfortable taking Cornell Tate at 6, at the 6th pick from Ohio State. And it's a wide receiver university, wide receiver U at Ohio State. All these wide receivers taken from Ohio State, ranking the best wide receivers in the NFL. You got all these guys, man. Curtis Samuels from the Bills. Chris Olave at the Saints. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the Cardinals. Emeka Ibuke for the Buccaneers. Terry McLaurin, Commanders. Garrett Wilson, the Jets. And Jackson Smith, man, from the Seahawks. Now, all these from the Buckeyes. So you can't go wrong with a Buckeye wide receiver. And I don't want to go into another season with Jerry Jeudy as my number one option.
How do I assure myself that Jerry Jeudy is not the wide receiver one of this thing moving forward? I can't do it. Can't do it. So I hear Coach Riz and all of these people that are saying, hey, players over need and generational, and this guy could be Saquon Barkley. Daryl, let me check my notes here. What did Saquon Barkley win when the New York Giants took him the first top 5 the NFL draft in 2018? What did the Giants win with Saquon Barkley on their roster?
Well,
nothing. Correct.
But Saquon did go to Philadelphia and win a Super Bowl.
Right, later in his career. I don't want to be the Giants in this situation. I need pass catchers.
Well,
how's Carnell Tate look?
The Browns
on Saturdays, watching Buckeye games on Saturdays, Browns games on Sundays. It looked like 2 different wide receiver rooms, and I would have taken the one in Columbus over the one that I had in Cleveland, whether it was a Friday, whether it was a Saturday, whether it was a Sunday. Any day that ends in Y, I would have taken the receivers in Columbus than the ones in Berea.
Well, obviously. And
you have a chance to draft one of those receivers from Columbus.
You do. And there are questions being thrown out there about Carnell Tate. You know, could he truly be a number one receiver in the NFL, which I believe he can. And I think that there's also something to be said for pedigree. All right. Ohio State is a wide receiver factory down there. And it's an NFL factory in Columbus. And that's why I facetiously had been saying over the last couple of years that my draft strategy, if I'm Andrew Berry, is best Buckeye on the board. Can't go wrong drafting Ohio State Buckeyes. If DeJuan Jones had remained healthy, I think DeJuan Jones, we're having a completely different conversation about the tackle situation. We're not sitting here saying, okay, well, Titus Howard might be able to go play left tackle because as Andrew.
Speaking of DeJuan Jones, he's in the best shape of his life. He cut some weight. And if we could get a full season out of him, it would be great. It says DeJuan Jones in training camp last year versus DeJuan Jones yesterday. Wildly impressive for him to lose all the weight while rehabbing a season-ending leg injury. No way the Browns reach for an O-tackle with Jones in the best shape of his life and newly signed Titus Howard at right tackle. So DeJuan Jones is looking good, man. He's looking real good. Look how slender he's looking. And he also had him on the scale. DeJuan said in an interview at Cleveland Browns Daily, he wants to get to 350, currently at 359. It's a fact that the risk of injury decreases when excess weight is lost. I can't wait for him to come back this season. Hopefully we can keep him injury-free and not get hurt. And we also got some footage with Shedeur at the Supercross Championships. Shedeur's looking good too. Looked like he lost some weight and cutting up at the Supercross Championship. And he was spotted at Cleveland State. You never know who's going to come through. This is Cleveland State, the coach, Rob Summers. Shedeur's always been around Cleveland in the community. So let me know what you guys think about who do you think they're going to draft? Does it make sense to move up, move back, trade with Tennessee, trade with Dallas, all the options? I want to know what you think. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next video.